We are going to talk about some solutions for the issues or the shadows we experience through our journey. So this week is talk about indifference. And indifference is so common and so subtle, but actually impact our life a huge impact if we don't really pay attention. If we're not really aware our attitude, that little subtlety of indifferences, then the impact after that, sometimes we don't even know where it comes from. We start to losing our self-love, self-care, and compassion to everything happen around us. We only focus on our problem. We got victimized mindset and think about everything happened to me is not fair. And think about if we only just focus on the pain points, and that pain point become powerful because we become to give our energy, our attentions to it. We are the very powerful beings. If we pay attention to something, we amplify that energy. If you haven't noticed that, sometimes we don't want it. For example, we don't want the extra weight. We pay a lot of attention, do a lot of things to manage that weight. But when we start to interfere, where we want to change it, we try all the diets, and we might come up with other problems. Other than to know the root cause of the weight gain, maybe it's not because the weight, not because the diets, not because something else people told us to. It's really just our emotion is hold on to something. Then we are not free to let it go. And that energy accumulated and mess up our hormone system. Then the weight will show up as the symptom. Remember, symptom with the root cause usually need time and patience to go deep to see what is exactly causing the appearance change or the gray hair and all the things we don't like. But sometimes things we don't like, not necessarily something bad. It's just our labeling system. Again, our conditioned mind will have the name for something we experience. So that is the first dilemma if we're living in the indifference situation, right? And the solutions I come out to this is to become self-aware, not aware your body only, because we are living in this quantum words. Everything, the mind, body, soul need to be holistically work together. So the self-awareness I encourage you to try is not only just notice, okay, I got gray hair. Oh, I gained 10 pounds. Or, I have some kind of an eyesight problem. I couldn't see clear. I must be wrong doing something. No, the self-awareness I'm trying to provide that solutions is more like, okay, you jump out. You can see yourself playing something. Observe your daily routine. What do you think? What are you doing? And why I'm doing that is because I want to please others, or I'm afraid of others, or I just don't know what I need to do. So I just follow everybody's doing. That's self-awareness. It's the really a subtlety again, but the shift, once you become an observer, you witness your life other than to fight with your life, then everything starts to show up differently. And you become to really care yourself, because if we don't have awareness, if we don't have the five senses to explore what's going on, you don't have emotions, then you don't even know the connection. So it becomes indifference, right? So you start to raise up self-awareness, then you start to take care of your body and appreciate you. Then that thing starts shifting. You turn more enthusiastic other than indifferent. That is the first solutions to raise your compassion and awareness, so you can start to serve, because we are all master with something. We all have a special gift. Sometimes we decided, I'm indifferent because that's why we don't trust ourselves. So that's the second dilemma we have. We lose the trust. We don't trust anybody. We don't trust ourselves. Particularly right now, we have so many very conflicted opinions showing up, right? Recently, I followed Dr. David Martin talk about the whole dilemma. Actually, the COVID was, planned to hit humanity. That is like hard to believe, but all the hard facts he provides back to 1960s and all the things correlated to all this event, pandemic happening around the world, I cannot really just let it go. But that is his opinions, and I'm just know everything has a two sides. And if we trust any one side, then we're going to lose trust from the other. But we know this duality. Both sides all tell us some truths. Both sides will give us some illusions. But the only way, again, is to self-awareness. You wake up, you got more awakening as an observer, then you can start to see that is just two sides of the coin. The one want to do something, the other become the anti-power. That is just the universe. The universe is doing that all the time because that is how the 3D work based on. We need to have two polarities, right? So that is the first solution, to raise our self-awareness and understand we cannot really control everything, but we can control our view. We can control our perspective and don't get emotional because one side has something we resonate more. And the second one, we talk about trust and doubts, right? So when the doubts coming more and more, we doubt about this, we don't trust anything because everything happened around us kind of falling apart. Because we are in the 21st century. A lot of things we have is really not the same as we were taught, right? For me, I'm a molecular biologist. Everything I learned in the 20th century related to DNA, RNA, and protein. Right now, I see they got actually more different functions, and the roles in our life, I have no idea. But that's because the technology go up and also my own awareness raise up. And I can start to see we are all fully connected through the energetic level. And so if we doubt about something, we just create a wall because we don't trust that. We don't want that coming. And when we build a wall to protect our heart, and it's also blocking all the opportunities. And those energy, once we start to close, and they cannot be like selected coming in. I said, okay, so Sunny only want the good thing. So then I can, no. If you have a doubt, any doubts, and it becomes a blockage for any energy to come into your heart, right? And that's the placebo effect. Maybe there's work called placebo effects, which being is if we trust something, the drugs or something is good for us because they have a very great marketing way for us to believe, or at least just give it a trust, spend some money on it, then we can see the effects because we give them the power, we give them the attention, we give them the trust. So think about the other side. If we don't trust anything, we don't trust ourselves, we don't, understand, we don't want anything to come into our heart, then we lose the power. No wonder if we live in the self-doubts, there is no way for you to experience miracles and prosperity. It's just constantly fighting against it. So the solutions I'm here for you is really just a fun process, because if we are in the doubts, we don't really understand. And how about just go ahead to understand? So you're going to become a lifelong learner. You don't attach to something you learn as a knowledge, believe that is the truth. Nothing can be true in the 3D world because everything's changing. So everything we believe that's the truth, remember there's a duality. So that truth always have the other side to support that truth. And either side, when they change, and that truth got changed. Got it? That's just a basic physics. So we cannot really depend on what we learned in the past and believe that we stay there forever, or someone told us that's the truth, the only truth. You need to experience yourself to get that clarity. So what I really encourage you, and I'm sharing that all the time, it's a 3 process for everybody. We have to unlearn whatever we learned in the past. Because when we are, let me see, I'm gonna put it a little bit closer so you can see it. Maybe the lights, it's just not good. Maybe it's farther away, it's better. But anyway, the unlearn is very important. So if everything we learn from our childhood and adulthood and corporation worker, all that, then is that the only knowledge you need? No, the life skills, how to deal with our emotion, how to raise up our vibrations, that is more important, right? So the unlearn for all the knowledge is not necessarily useful, but you have to relearn about who we are, about the quantum energy, because we are energy being. We cannot live without any energy, the vibrations and the waves, even the cell phone right now, the smartphone, we live in the energy field. So if we don't really understand and using energy on our behalf, then really we are trapped into somebody want us to believe. So the unlearn and relearn is really very important in every moment of our life, because everything's changing. We're living in the duality, right? We're living in the 3D chaotic world. But after that, if we cannot implement, and that's still useless, right? If we just, okay, I know about the breakthrough, I know about the DNA, the functions and something, I know my body, but I just sit there doing nothing, then you think the miracles and prosperity will come? Or even worse, we do the wrong thing because someone tried to program us in a differently, and we believe that is the right thing to do. Then we're totally against ourselves, right? Once you do that, you have a growth mindset. So the growth mindset won't let you to get trapped into this busyness. I mentioned about when we are so busy, our heart has died because we have no awareness what we are doing. We just follow the energy, the pressures, want us to do something, but then we lost the direction. We lost the purpose. Why are we doing that? So think about that. That's the second solutions I encourage you to become the growth with the growth mindset and unlearn, relearn, and implements. And I'm here to help. I'm the guide for your holistic lifestyle. So if you need any help, I can definitely happy to guide you through some certain process you got stuck. And the third dilemma we share about on Monday is our stress going up, and our body will have some issue. And stress, is one of the things we cannot take it out. When people say, well, I live a stress-free life, good luck with it. You cannot do it. Our biology is really focused on create enough stress. It's our mind, is our conditioned mind to add more power, more of the negativity into that stress and causing become a toxic stress. What happens is if we don't release that stress, we don't have the cycle to relax and get working, then we are constantly boosting the productivity and want to do more. That becomes a toxic stress because you don't align with your own cycle. You don't allow your body to relax and rebuild and regenerate. So my solutions for that, before you get to really the problem with your high blood pressure or diabetes or weight gains or heart failure, all those things you have no cure. Remember, that's no cure, because once you get to the stage, there's nothing can save. They're just prolong maybe your life, but the quality of life is totally not there. So the really good things for us to do on the soul level is to manage our personal vibrations, our happiness level, because the spiritual power is really the source for our body to respond. Our body respond with certain kind of the intention. So if you have an intention, just want to fight and angry or that negativity, our body will respond to that vibration and lower your emotions. So the solution is really for us to understand the booster and the drainer for our energy, for our daily emotions. If we're not aware of our emotions, we think, well, today I'm gloomy. I have no idea. I like to cry. Or unless maybe the moon, moving to a certain position and you create that pressure and your emotion got triggered. Because there's all the human design thing. You have all this energy centers in your body, and through the environment triggers or influences, they are going to influence our feeling. The feeling is really the chemicals in our body. It's not, I created. Sometimes we create it even worse. So something happened to us. If I'm not happy, I feel trapped, I feel angry. Don't pay attention to it too much, because when we do that, we feel the fire, fuel to that emotion. Then we don't want to let it go. We feel like I'm bitten, so I'm doing that. I hold it too tight, like me, hold it for more than 30 years. Then that create a physical impact, right? So the solution is really for us to understand your life, analyze again who or what things. When I'm doing that, I feel my energy got drained. Or what thing I do, I feel enjoyment. I feel I am in the flow. And that is really the booster you need to keep doing and more. Okay, so let's share 2 tiny habit recipe. Tiny habit again is 3 components in the anchor moments, behavior, and celebration. If you're interested, you can check out the book. It's called Tiny Habits by Dr. BJ Fogg. I have the book around me. If I do, yes, and go get a copy and check it out. I'm the certified coach since June 2021. Myself has transformed a lot. It's not because I got certified. This is my training, but it really works. Not only work for me, it's a million people around the world. What happened is we all just want to be shiny. We want to be big. We want to change our life instantly. Then we actually go in the other way because we create more stress. When we have more stress, nothing is easy. Then our body kind of fail too. So the tiny habits really just want us to slow down, have pauses, enjoy the moments, and become aware. So the first tiny habit recipe is to raise our awareness. Okay, so the awareness, remember I have a 3 components. So the anchor moment is always coming like after something, then that will something that is the behavior, then that will be a celebration in your own style. So for the awareness habit I'm here to share is after I sense my mood spiraling down to some fear. Remember, I talk about fear is the bottom 5, is the one, if we transmute that fear, we can go up, right? Or others need more care. But the fear is the one too easier to transmute. So after I sense my mood spiraling down to some fear, I will say to myself, face everything and rise. See, that is the reframing the fear. Face everything and rise. So FEAR. And then show a victory gestures to celebrate. So the recipe again for awareness. After I sense my mood spiral down to some fear, I will say to myself, face everything and rise. Then show a victory gesture to celebrate. And for enthusiasm, I'm going to borrow Dr. BJ Fogg's Maui habits for that, because that after I start to implement that morning first habit, then I add another one on top, become miracle habit. Both habits go hand in hand. My energy, my enthusiasm is always keeping the high. So it's going like that. The Dr. BJ Fogg's Maui habit. After I put down my feet on the ground in the morning, I will say, this is going to be a great day. Then open arms to embrace the coming experience. Who knows? Something is coming, maybe I don't like, but that is okay. I don't like it, doesn't mean it's not good for me. I just have a judgment about that. I don't like it, but that judgment sometimes maybe mislead me. I finally realized, oh, my adversity being a single mom, caregiver, and drop off from corporate America, I have no money for years, is not something I have to push it away. Well, I have no way to push it away. Anyway, I embrace it. So I call them my unseen grace. Because if I don't have this adversity, I don't have a chance to polish my skills. I don't have a chance to go deep dive and understand myself and go through the unlearn, relearn, implement process. I cannot be powerful to share the message I'm talking to you now. So look at your own life. We all have that moments. We all have the solutions, but sometimes we just misled or program and go the other way. But now is the time for you to wake up and use it. And using all your power, you are born master. Remember the training I talk about, you are the battery. You can actually charge yourself with the energy, and you are the master because you can really imprint and change your genetics because the epigenetic from the environment. Then the third, you are the influencer. You are so powerful. Everything you think and you say, it creates a personal aura. That is your energy fields. Then if you're not sure, you can see if you go to somebody's cheerful like a baby and puppy, and their energy just give you out, so you feel happy because you're influenced by their energy field. And think about if you can create a positive personal aura, that is the vibration, that is your energy field, and you can share with everywhere you go. Then you are definitely an influencer. So let's conclude today's solutions section for this week. And I just want to urge you to maybe get into the gene keys and human design so you can know more about yourself energetically. So for conclusion, let me read one of the paragraph on gene key. I cover it because I read it all the time. I don't want to break it. Remember, talk about the gift frequency from the indifference and go to versatility, and we finally go to the mastery. So versatility is a very important stage because we have to constantly doing that, relearn, unlearn, and implement, so we can become a master eventually. So let me recite this paragraph. Versatility is driven by dynamic energy of enthusiasm, the feeling that you are doing something thoroughly enjoyable, which also happens to improve people's lives and serve the world. At a gift level of frequency, something truly remarkable happens. One gift becomes interchangeable with another. No matter what your personal genetic makeup, if you can operate at this level of frequency, you can draw upon any of the 64 gifts through the morphogenetic field that links all states of the same frequency together. So this is the true meaning of the 16 gift, that versatility. It is the ability to tune into any gift you need and make use of that gift. That is true versatility. So versatility is not only just a skill. It's not only just the experts, you know a lot of knowledge. It's the vibration of the energy. You are open and you are activate other gifts and frequencies so we can vibrate together and go to the right route.